Right. So the results that were announced this week on the medicine remdesivir showed that the medicine is effective in reducing the course of the illness, and we also showed, by the way, that many patients can benefit from only 5 days of IV treatment versus 10 days of IV treatment. It's also very important for patients in the healthcare system. But that was predominantly in the severe patient population. So we also have other studies that are underway right now that will look at bringing it to, if you like, more moderate hospitalized patients. And we'll look at different ways of potentially delivering this medicine to patients. We're looking at the possibility of taking this medicine and delivering it through a subcutaneous version or even perhaps an oral inhaled version. With the intention that maybe we can treat patients earlier in the hospital setting and perhaps even outside of the hospital setting. So our scientists are hard at work to see, now that we know that this medicine has an impact on patients, if we can bring it earlier into the disease. And you have our commitment that we'll work as hard as we can on that.
Yeah, and finally, just a thought. I mean, these are such extraordinary times. We're in the midst of a pandemic, and humanity is literally depending on companies like yours. And I think it's fair to say some people do have trust issues with pharmaceutical companies. How are you thinking about that responsibility in this context?
Well, you know, Savannah, I've been working in this biopharma research-based industry for a long time, and I'm very proud of what Gilead has done over the past 2 decades with HIV, with hepatitis C, and now taking that same scientific and medical knowledge and bringing it into cancer cures and rheumatoid arthritis. So we take our responsibility to patients very seriously, and I think it's very important that we understand our role here. And by the way, I'm just so impressed at the colleagues across the biopharma research-based industry. Everybody has dropped what they're doing, regardless of whether they're working on treatments or vaccines, and putting full effort to make a difference for this pandemic. It's really impressive to see. And let me just say, I feel very privileged to work with the colleagues at Gilead. I'm humbled by the success of their efforts over many decades. It's a real privilege, and we'll continue to show that we can make a difference with this pandemic in the future.
Well, I know all of us Americans are so grateful for the work of not just our healthcare workers, but our smart scientists and researchers who are doing this incredible life-saving work. Thank you for your time this morning, Mr. O'Day, and we wish you good luck in your future endeavors. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Savannah.
Well, we've got a lot more to get to.